Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I review books and bookish things. I upload on Thursdays and alternating Tuesdays with some extra videos sprinkled in here and there. I also have a Patreon where for $1 a month, you get shouted out at the end of my videos. For $5 and up, you actually get to watch spicier content with no restraint on spoilers, language, or subject matter, in addition to videos in addition to the book club where I go through and we read a book and we talk about it as we read. This January's book is A Fragile Enchantment, which was one of the books I was most anticipating for this year. And if you want to know my thoughts on that, head over to my Patreon link down below. So today we are doing the follow-up to I'm in Love with Mothman, which is I'm Engaged to Mothman by Paige Lavoie. So this one, like I said, it's the follow-up to I'm in Love with Mothman. I got these as Christmas presents from my wonderful, wonderful partner. He knows me so well. Mothman is my favorite cryptid. So if you haven't read the first book or watched the first video, I'll put that in the cards up above here. And let's get into it. This one is, like I said, this is the follow-up book, the middle book in the trilogy to I'm in Love with Mothman. And it is so good. It is even better. This one is, like most middle books in a trilogy, this is the meat and potatoes of the story, that you see a lot of character growth, you see a lot of exploration to who the characters really are. You also get a lot of world building when it comes to Mothman. So, our two characters are Heather and Mothman, who goes by Moth. Heather is from our universe, and she is a recovering influencer, as it were. And at the end, spoilers here, if you haven't read the first book, spoilers. Spoilers. At the end of the first book, she's actually turned into a Mothman-like creature, just like him, so it kind of resolves the human and beast kind of thing going on, so they're both the same kind of beast. And they are summoned to his homeworld, which is Eclipsica, which is interesting. There's also bumblebee people, and there's butterfly people, and there's there's all these sorts of like Mothman-esque creatures, and it's really fascinating. I wanted more world building. Like, usually a lot of times with world building, they're like, okay, enough with the world building, come on, let's get to the story. This, I wanted more world building, and that is one of the things in the Goodreads. This book has a 4.2, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, a 4.23 on Goodreads. It's still a solid 5 stars for me, because it's just that good. But I wanted more. Not in a way that hindered the story, per se. Not in a way that, for instance, Love theoretically did, where I wanted more to the point where it detrimented the story, where it was a detriment to the story. Here, I just wanted more. I didn't want the book to end. So, they go to his homeworld, where he's next in line to be the king. He's a prince in his world. He thinks he's been banished. He was actually exiled by an uncle, Hamlet style, and now the uncle is... So, Mothman and Heather assume it's a coronation ball and that they're here to stay forever, even though they've only agreed to stay a week. And Moth's sister, Holly, is like, yeah, he blah 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 blah. He's gonna be king. He's gonna be this. He's gonna be that, and is just feeding all of Heather's insecurities and fears in a way that only an overprotective younger sibling can, really. And it obviously takes a toll on their relationship to the point where she runs away because she finds a letter that he wrote, and it's just heartbreaking. It's one of those stories where the couple has to break up before they get together. Spoilers, happy ending. But the breakup, I know they're getting back together because there's another book. The other book, which comes out later this year, is I'm Married to Mothman. That's the final book in the series. So I know they get back together because they have to, because it's the middle book in the trilogy. But still, it was still heartbreaking, and I'm like, oh my god, how's the author going to do it? And it was well written. It feels like it needed more. The story feels, it's the middle book in the trilogy. The story's gonna feel incomplete. But it feels... See, now I'm second guessing myself, and I'm wondering if maybe I should be giving this book 4 stars instead of 5. Because I loved it, it was great, but I keep saying how much I wanted more, and I wanted more, and I wanted more. You know what? Mid-video revision, this is a 4-star book for me. This is not a 5-star book. This is a 4-star book, now that I'm thinking about it. Because while it didn't hurt the story, everything about the story, everything that takes place in the story, from the world building to the characters to the fact that Mothman has seemingly slept with everybody in the court, I just wanted more. I wanted more details. I wanted more descriptions. I wanted more when he has his flashback, because he's lost his memories of this universe that he's a part of. I wanted more detail in the flashback. I wanted to have more than one flashback. I wanted all of his memories to come flooding. Like, I didn't even want more. I needed more for this book. Which I hate to say, but sometimes when you sit down to talk about a book, you realize how you really feel about it. And yeah, 4 stars, not 5. So this book, smutty. Like, the first book has a fair amount of smut in it. Like, it's pretty spicy, it's pretty saucy, it's good. It's like hot wings. It's saucy, it's spicy, it's ready to go. This one has the right level of spice for where it fits in the trilogy, I feel. But I feel like a couple of the sex scenes could have been replaced with more exposition, with more world building, with more explanations, with richer character descriptions. That's not to say I'm never going to read this book again. I'm keeping it and I'm in Love with Mothman. Like, I have both books right here on my little cart. They're both great. I'm obviously going to read the third one. I don't think it's available for pre-order yet, or I would have pre-ordered it by now. But it might be by the time this video goes up. That being said, yeah, leave them wanting more, but you've got to give them something to want more about. So yeah, this one is a 4-star. I still highly recommend it. If you loved the first one, this one is good too. Just be prepared for that sensation of wanting, of needing more, I guess. So, should you read this? Yes, but be prepared for mild disappointment. So, I know I asked last time, what's your favorite cryptid? I guess, what's your favorite urban legend? Because we've got cryptids, we've got urban legends. Mothman kind of straddles the fine line between both. It's the campfire story, The New Jersey Devil Licks Hands 2, about the serial killer who breaks out of prison during a hurricane, and the girl thinks she's putting her hand down for the dog to lick her fingers to comfort her, and it's really the serial killer. Like, that one's my favorite urban legend scary story. I heard it when I was in Girl Scouts when I was, I think, 11, maybe 12, maybe. And it gave me nightmares, and it's one that I just think about a lot. So, what's your favorite urban legend? What's your favorite campfire story? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And again, if you want something spicier, check out my Patreon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.